All right, folks, so here it is, the moment my tens and tens of subscribers have been waiting for. This is the unboxing and short review on the i10 TWS fake AirPods. All right, so here's the story leading up to these. My son, for his birthday from his mother, got a pair of the i12 TWS off of, I don't know if she got them off of AliExpress or if she got them off of Wish for him. He got those. He was very pleased with them. He liked them. But he had read some reviews that said that the i10s are actually better than the i12s. So he saved up his own money and asked me to order them for him, which I did. So these came in, today's Wednesday, these came in on Monday. I think they were just over 2 weeks. I think I ordered them on a Saturday, and then it wasn't the next Saturday, or the Saturday after that. It was 2 weeks plus 2 days. So it was the Monday following the second Saturday, if you will. I don't know if that does that, but that's how long it took them to come. They were $18.25 total. That's with the shipping and the tax. You pay tax on AliExpress. So anyway, let's get right into this. This is the packaging. I will tell you, I'm not going to lie, I have opened them, I have used them, but here's the packaging. I opened them mostly to, there's the back of the package. I opened mostly to charge them up and just to use them a little bit. I didn't want to come in here completely, blind and tell you. Packaging is like that. Here's the case and the pods themselves. One thing I did notice, I don't believe the 12s did, but these came with a nice silicone case. These charge via USB Type-C. They have an LED readout on the front. There's 4 LED lights. When you take one headphone out, it automatically charges them, and you see only 2 of the lights are lighting up. It's because it's only charging one of them, because only one of them is out. You pull the other one out, put the other one in, and now all 4 lights are on. So now it's charging both, which they should all, it's going to take them a minute, but they should already be fully charged because they've been in here, so I didn't use them at all. Anyways, the little tray that they come in, just plastic. This came with a USB Type-C cable. It's about 2.5, 3 feet long cable or so. And then it comes with instructions. I didn't even really look at them. It looks like they are, I'm going to read these a little bit, just read through them. I'm going to pause the video here for a second, and I'm just going to go ahead and read through these off camera, and then I'll let you know, because I know that this whole side here is all in Chinese. This side here is your English side, and a lot of times the translation is not, it's readable, obviously, and it tells you what you need to tells you what you need to hear, but a lot of times it's kind of hard to follow because the translation, it gets lost in translation a bit. But I'm going to read through this. I'll come back and I'll let you know if it's a usable translation, if you will. Oh. Okay, so after reading through the instructions seem very well, very straightforward. I did notice they do support wireless charging, which is nice. I'll tell you, like I said, I have used them. This is not an absolute unboxing, if you will. This is I have used them. I brought them to work last night with me, in fact, and I put one earbud in, so that I could hear what was going on around me also. But listened to them for maybe a good hour and a half. You know, I had them at pretty high volume. I was listening to my iHeartRadio app, which is kind of my go-to. But I was listening to them at work. I had one earphone in, the right earphone, and a good hour and a half probably, and they sounded great. They lasted, you know, they didn't show me any battery depletion or anything. You know, I imagine they'll shut off when the battery dies or whatever. But sound great. I went into, you know, I tried his i12s just for a moment a couple weeks ago, and they sounded pretty good. I went into those not expecting very much because I understand how the earbuds that go, like, actually, you know, with the squishies that go into your ears, I understand how those could sound good because they're sealing everything out, and the only thing you basically hear is what's coming out of the drivers. But I didn't expect these, because these just kind of sit in your ear, and I didn't expect them to sound very good. And I tell you, the i12s and the i10s here, I don't really hear, from what I remember, I don't really hear too much of a difference. I think they will sound pretty good. And I've never used actual Apple AirPods, so I can't really tell you if they sound better or worse than the actual product they're trying to copy. But I can tell you one thing: if the AirPods sound better, they can't sound much better, because these things sound really, really good. And for 18 and a quarter, what are AirPods, like $180? You know, so we're talking 1/10 of the price. Even if they don't last as long, you know, are they worth it? If you're asking me, I'm telling you, yes, they are 100% worth it. I've heard, I don't know for sure. Like I said, I don't have AirPods, so I can't tell you for sure. But I've heard that if you take one of these out and you actually have an AirPod case, you put these in the AirPod case, I've heard that they are so close to the same thing that if you put these in an AirPod case, the AirPod case will actually charge these. Like, now I don't know if that's true or not, and I wish I could tell you, but I don't have $180 AirPods. But another thing that I did notice last night, like I said, I had one in my ear while I was working. Then they sent me on break. Well, when I went on break, I thought, well, I'm going to try this, because this is something that I would want to know. So without shutting my music off, without pausing the music, anything like that, I had the one AirPod in, kept the music playing. I pulled the other AirPod out and put it in my other ear, and without missing a beat, the second earphone connected to the first earphone and just kept playing, and it was in stereo. And then I listened to it in stereo for a bit while I was on break. When I was ready to go back to work, I took the second pod back out of my ear and put it back in the case. The first one just kept playing without missing a beat. The only thing that I can tell you that I don't like about them, and that's something obviously you can get used to, like I said, with them just sitting in your ear holes, they do sit in there quite well. I mean, but they don't. I kind of would like to get. They have like little silicone things you can add to them so that they grip. They stay better in your ear or whatever. There's different things that you can order, like on AliExpress and stuff like that. You can actually order them for. You can get them for the actual AirPods also, I'm sure, in stores and stuff like that. But they don't. They kind of move a little bit, and you'll lose, a little bit of sound quality. So I find myself doing this with like over-ear headphones. I find myself doing this with every ear headphone that I wear. I end up pushing on them or adjusting them. These have a touch sensor on the back of them right here. Right there. They have a touch sensor on the back of them. So if you reach up and you go to push these things back in your ears, you're touching the touch sensor. It pauses. And then you have to hit them again to unpause them, and then sometimes it's laggy, so you hit them again, it doesn't work. You hit them again, and then it unpauses and pauses back again. So it's going to take some getting used to. Like I said, it's my first pair of like truly wireless, truly Bluetooth pods, and and I can't tell you anything bad about them. They sound great. They look just like the real thing. In fact, when I was at work yesterday, one of my coworkers, a younger kid, of course I work at McDonald's, the younger kid comes up to me, and he said, and I showed him, and he's like, "Oh, I just got a pair of those too." And I said, "Yeah." I said, "Where'd you get them from?" He goes, "The Verizon store." Well, I said, well, "What'd you pay for them?" He said, 170 something. So he got the real thing, but he couldn't tell. He was like, "Oh, those aren't like Apple AirPods." And I said, "No, these are off AliExpress. These were $18." And his eyes got big, like, "Oh." So, like I said, though, I would like to try them. I'd like to put them right up against a pair of AirPods at some point. But what I'm saying is, if these don't sound as good as AirPods, there's not a whole lot of improvement, because they're loud, they're clear, they connect super easy. You just open your Bluetooth. You just open your Bluetooth on your phone. They say i10. I think they just say i10. I don't think they say TWS, but they just say i10. You click on them, boom, they're connected. If you run a single, if you run a double, they connect themselves automatically. You can start with 2, go to 1, no hitches. As far as battery life goes, like I said, I listened to the one AirPod. I had it pretty loud, and I listened to it for a good hour and a half. Probably even closer to 2 hours with just the one AirPod going, and it was still going. So the instruction manual says 3 hours playtime. I didn't get to 3 hours, but it got to 2-ish hours without shutting down. So that was my review on the AliExpress i10 TWS AirPods. Oh, just one other thing I wanted to tell you. The LED lights here, when you plug it in, the case actually charges the earphones. I'm sure everybody is aware of that. So basically, you're charging the case. The case then charges the AirPods. When you plug them in, if the case is not charged, it'll start with this bottom light, and it'll flash the second light, and then it'll move up to the second light and flash the third light as it fills. So you know how much charge is in your case. You know how much charge is in your AirPods. So, I mean, like I said, I didn't even read the instruction manuals. It's very simple. I didn't even need to, honestly, because pretty much everything was just like, it was so easy. So, I would say, if you're looking for a pair, you want to try them out. You want to see if you would like to go out and, even if you want to know whether or not it'd be worth it for yourself to go out and spend $170 or $180 on a pair of Apple AirPods. Dude, buy yourself a pair of these first, because you might not even need to go out and spend the $180, because you might just really love these. And 2, it's a cheap way to figure out whether or not they're gonna work for you, whether you're gonna use them as much, instead of going out and blowing $180 and then getting a product that's probably awesome, I'm sure, but you don't use as much as $180 warrants. Spend $18, dude. I'll put a link down below so that you can get them. But basically, all I did was go to the AliExpress app. Go to the AliExpress app, search for i10 TWS, and then just kind of, because there's a bunch of different vendors, so price comparison. Some of them you need to pay attention to, because, excuse me, they'll have a super low price. They'll be like $7 or $8. You'd be like, oh, I found 10 i10s for $7 or $8 or whatever. You click on buy, it'll bring up this list of different options. Well, the ones that are i10s are $16 to $20, and then there's other ones that are i7s, and the i7s are horrible. They're huge. The earbuds themselves are huge. They don't sound as good. They don't pair as good. They're just not as good. And they do that so that you mess up and you order i7s for $7 thinking you're getting i10s. So just as a rule, and this is across the board, not just with earbuds, when you're buying stuff from AliExpress and Wish, read everything. Read the description, everything, because a lot of people who order from AliExpress and Wish and get, they're like, oh, well, I thought I was ordering this and I got this. Most of the time, I'd say probably 75% of the time, they're not screwing you. You just didn't read the fine print. You didn't read enough, and they're doing all they can to hide the fact that they're trying to screw you. You know what I mean? But if you read it all closely, you can protect yourself from that type of situation. So, like I said, also make sure you might have found them for $15 or $16, but the shipping is going to be $6 or $7, so it's going to be $22, $23. Where you might find some for $18 that are free shipping, or $1.50 for shipping. So you just kind of have to put a calculator next to yourself, figure it out. You can even put it in your cart, and then once you have them in your cart, then it adds it together, tells you how much each individual item is. So then you can price comparison in your cart, find the one you do want, get rid of all the others. But anywho, like I said, just over 2 weeks to get here, $18.25, totally worth it if you ask me. My son's gonna be very happy with them. I do have my daughter's i12s sitting over there. However, that was her birthday present, and she did not want me to open them. I wanted to do a side-by-side comparison, but she did not want me to open them. So those are still sitting over there. Happy birthday, Kaylin. Today's 2 days after her birthday. Her birthday was Monday, so. And they showed up on her birthday, but she went home the day before her birthday, so missed it like by a day. That kind of sucks. So anyhow, happy birthday, Kaylin. If I can figure out a way to get them to you before, so you don't have to wait 2 more weeks, I'll do that for you. But anyways, thank y'all for watching. If you're watching this, if you're watching this and you're not subscribed to my channel or whatever, I do a lot of I buy crap. I buy cheap stuff from Wish and AliExpress. I'm gonna piece together a couple of my guitars here. I'm in the middle of doing one already that's not one of these two. I buy cheap stuff. I buy stuff from AliExpress. I open it. I tell you whether or not it works. If you're into that sort of thing and you're watching me because you were searching for these things in specific, then throw me a like. Hit the subscribe button and just check me out. I mean, worst case scenario, I'm too cringy for you and you back out of it in a couple days or whatever. But I'll check y'all later. This is the 3rd video this week I've uploaded, so that's pretty crazy. Have a good day. I will talk to you all the next time that I talk to you.